Hi, and welcome to Live, Learn, Inspire podcast, the place where we like to share inspiring, informative, and educational stories. I'm your host, Albert Emmanuel, together with co-host Serge Balole Gamwanya. And today we are excited to have Sondre with us on the show today. So welcome, Sondre.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Happy to be here.
It's a pleasure. I mean, we've been waiting. I know.
We've
been
trying to book the schedule.
You were a busy man.
We got to get that money,
Get the bread.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was, looking into basically knowing more about your story, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that, you grew up in Kenya and then came to Norway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you found music as a passion.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Could you walk us through it?
Do you want like even the adoption part or where
everything?
everything?
Who is Sondre?
We
what's the story
are
behind
rolling.
Sondre?
Okay. Let's get it then. I just gotta put up my arms like this. I grew up in Kenya. I was born in this rural place in Montelgon called Nasianda. That is on the border to Uganda. So up in the mountains, basically. And as all of you probably know, when it comes to childbirth and deaths that comes with that, my mother died unfortunately giving birth to me and my twin sister at the time in 1994. So me and my twin sister, because I got a twin sister, we were actually laid in just this simple hut just to die because the tradition said that since the children was born, they were the reason for the mother passing away, so they need to die as well. Wow. But our uncle on mom's side, so her brother, felt like that was too dramatic, that is too extreme. So he took action with this neighboring woman, and they just took us 3 days old down to Kitale, and they went from this hospital thing to, I would say basically every single center you can find where you can get help for children, but it was full, basically. Wow. No help to get. And suddenly they came to this children's officer where they got speaking with her, and she said, I know of this missionary couple named Svein and Margrethe. They're Norwegians, but they're building this center for street children. Maybe they can do something. So so she introduced us to them, and that's the first time I met my adoptive dad, if you could say so. 3 days old, and he's a strong believer in Christ and Jesus and everything. So he said the first time he saw us, he felt like. He said, I felt like there's something I'm going to have to do with these children in a deeper way, but I don't know how. But he said, okay, let's bring these kids to my wife and let's see what happens. She'll know what we'll do with them. And he likes to joke and all that stuff. So he said, hey, since we don't have any kids of our own, we have twins now. We're good. You don't have to be pregnant and all that stuff.
You can skip the pregnancy.
She felt happy. She was like, really?
So she got the kids, basically us there, and she didn't have any diapers. She didn't have any formula or anything to help with. So she ran around to neighbors and all that stuff to get any help. While our dad was our adopted dad headed up to Nasianda to get in contact with our family. And the funny part was he came up to Montelgon and he was like, I know this place. We've built churches here. I know people here. What's going on? This is too too much of a coincidence. And he ended up getting in contact with our family. So the reason why he didn't know our family is because they're Catholics. He's from, and mom and dad are from Pentecostal church, gospel church and stuff. So believes they're a little bit different. But they started getting into talking and stuff and saying, okay, what should we do with your kids? Because they need help. And he was like, I got 14 other kids to take care of. I don't have the money and the stamina to do that stuff. So he said, I want these kids to be a blessing for you and your wife. Maybe you could take care of them. And he was like, okay, that was a bump. I need to talk with my wife first and see if we can do this.
Yeah.
And then we need to go the legal way so that you don't come back one day and just take them from us, because that would not be a suitable outcome.
Yeah.
So I think it was like 3 months later on paper in Kenyan law, we were their kids. And after that, they had to apply for Norway as well to be our legal parents to get like the Norwegian passports and all that stuff. So after that, we lived in Kenya for like 6 years, went to Norway every single summer for vacation and stuff. So it was, my normal was basically sitting around the table, mixing a little bit of Kiswahili, Bukuzu, English, and Norwegian. Like, that was the normal thing to do. So it was like, I don't know, it was a little bit of a cultural shock, like coming to school in Norway, and especially where I grew up, like out in Lillehammer, where it's like basically everybody is white, basically. And even though like I can say that I speak mostly, like I have a dialect as well. Like I'm more Norwegian than Norwegian people, basically. But still, like, you know, when you look like you do, you get a little bit of hardships and racism and all that stuff. But that's a little bit of like that story. But when it comes to the music side of it, like the first memory I have is my dad coming actually back from a visit in Norway where he had cassettes with the MJ, the Thriller album. And I was just in my diapers, but when he put that song on, I just started doing something with my head. I was like, I felt like a Congolese. I was like, oh,
so, which is good that you talk about this. You know, we're gonna go back to music. That's actually a really good start. What will you say? Did you feel any difference? Because you said you had to come just to visit Norway and go back and live in Kenya.
Yeah.
What was the what difference did you feel when you were young, 6 years old? We were at the time. You know, going back and forth. Did you feel like you wanted to stay here more, or you wanted to stay in Kenya more when you were young, having to?
I would say definitely staying in Kenya at that time, because all my friends were in Kenya, and like. You know, you're still in that phase where you can like adapt, of course, but like my friends were Indian, some Americans, but a lot of Kenyans. Like, so I would say at that time my identity was more Kenyan than Norwegian. So then suddenly coming to Norway and having a totally different kind of way of approaching people. And the weird part, or not the weird part, but the hard part was that me and my sister, we didn't go in kindergarten. So we were in kindergarten in Kenya, and it was just me and her. Nobody else in that kindergarten. We had our own private, like, it was weird. We were really spoiled. Like, I'm not kidding. I did not know myself until I saw the videos. Like, we was living good. like really good.
Take me back,
and living in a good neighborhood and everything. So it was like when we came to Norway and starting in school, like everybody knew each other from kindergarten, and we didn't know anybody. So it was like, this is gonna be survival of the fittest. Like for real.
I'm used to being alone, man.
Being introverted and everything. So it was like,
Well, I mean, did you realize that, you know, this? I mean, of course, you know, everyone had friends already when they started school, right? So you knew that, all right, I need to actually try and make friends here. And how was that for you, you know?
You know, I've always been that kind of person that likes to observe first before I make any moves at all, because I like to have control in some kind of way. So when I remember that first day of school so well, because I had a bad feeling in my gut, like this is not gonna end well in some kind of way. I don't know how, but something is not gonna end well. And that first day of school, it was this kind of trial recess kind of thing where you go out and you get to play in the sandbox and you get to know kids and stuff like that. So I entered the box and start playing with this girl and something, and suddenly she just drops the N-word at me. And I didn't know what the N-word was even at that time. But I knew that, this is not good. Like, it's not good.
This is not friendly.
You just posed like,
I just frozen, man. Like, what is this, man? And then I went with these news home to my mom and dad, and they were like really appalled. Like, because they had really tried. They had like this parent meeting where they had been talking a lot about our background and everything, and said that it's really important for us that you take care of our kids in an equal way like all the others, and that you as parents as well inform your kids again. But it seemed like that didn't get through in some kind of way. So that's where it just started, and I guess from there I was like, my friends became the people that I went to church with, because some of them were like at the same age level as me. So we just hung out with each other in like recesses and stuff like that. But I didn't have so many friends. And those people that I were friends with from childhood to like, I would say high school and stuff, we don't have any contact anymore. Like my friends basically ended up being the friends I got here now in Oslo, like in grown age. So
as an adult basically. Yeah. Well, I just want to take you back to what you pointed out in the beginning, where you're from in Kenya, right? That practice, would you say that's still down to the where basically they might abandon the child if
I would say like in my tribe, I know that they've ended that practice, fortunately, and that's really good. But I know some places still with like ndorobos and stuff like that. If like they get kids with Downs and stuff like that, they leave them out in the woods and stuff. So it's like, you know, I don't know how it is for the countries that you come from and what you know, but like many of the African countries, like they're so big, and like the politics is so hard because there's so many different tribes, and it's like the borders are not like correlating with what the tribes are like actually. So it's like it's hard.
And I feel like you know, speaking of which, I feel like because there's a lot of tribes, and a lot of tribes usually don't like each other and end up starting stuff just so the other tribe will look bad. You know, like even where I come from, when you come in the city, you don't see that as much. But when you start going in the mountains, a lot of children are getting left everywhere, man. You'll be surprised. The moment a woman can be pregnant and she can do something that is wrong, you hear another tribe go like, she's a witch, kill that baby. Like, what? Where does that come from? How? When? She's never. And they will make sure that kid does not, come out alive or grow up.
And it's the same thing, like, not in a witch way, but like, I know there were like a lot of witch doctors, and when it came, my mom and dad actually tried to adopt a kid before us, but they couldn't because of like the tribal traditions, like, he needs to grow up in the spirits of his ancestors. So that's why they couldn't do anything like that. And I just recently, I've gotten like, since I'm adopted myself, it's become really important to me, like, to get more into those kind of politics, like, because the adoptive numbers have gone really much down now, especially from African countries, because it's gotten so hard to adopt from there. And it's,
why do you think is the reason for that?
Well, one of the reasons is because of like many of the organizations have like a lot of black numbers, which means that they do it for profit. They don't do it for the main reasons or the good reasons. And that's the really harsh part about it. So because I even have friends that are adopted from like South Korea and stuff, and the agency that they drop the name of is like, is blacklisted. And they didn't know that at the time. They just wanted kids. That's all they wanted. But they were basically taken away from their parents. And that again becomes so.
That's become messy.
Yeah, it's messy.
And that's why we have sometimes a lot of, if you check every year, online, and you do good research, you just figure out that this is where a lot of children being disappear. On these blacklisted, companies that suppose to be out here and get children, but like they would get them and take them out from the children, and you don't hear anything else. These children just disappear. Like, how 2,000 children disappeared last 6 months? Where did they go? Like
out of thin air, like
it's crazy.
It make no sense.
That reminds me. I don't remember his name. the guy that does the show called Debatten.
Yeah. What is his name again? I know exactly who you mean.
He's from South. Is it maybe Korean?
Yeah, I think he's South Korean or something.
The guy who's raw, right? Like he speaks the way things supposed to be. He's the one that like say things outright. And
He's a really content straight good guy, man.
Yeah, because he's also adopted, right?
Yeah.
And, I remember he was there was this debate about exactly this type of companies that are basically stealing children.
And making profit off it. Exactly. It's crazy, man.
Wow. So you came to Lillehammer, was there for a while until you came to Oslo.
Yeah.
Right? How old were you when you got to Oslo?
I was 19. Because I had my first dream was actually music was not in my plans. It was just a hobby. Yeah.
So what was your dream?
Well, I wanted to become a doctor.
Yeah.
So I just tried to study hard. So I came to Oslo first thing because I didn't have the GPA average to get in. So I had to take 1 year to like get the average that I needed to get in here in Oslo. And when I got in and when I played here, it was so funny because when I finally I have been working so hard to get there. Then suddenly I get contacted for this talent show thing called The Stream. And what happened was that we were supposed to like upload our covers or a song of something onto this page, and then people would stream and vote for the song, and those videos or songs that got the most streams, they got onto the next part of the competition that would be like filming stuff and showcasing your stuff for labels, and then from there getting a label deal. And I didn't get through that, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna focus on medicine and just do my thing. But two other producers at the same time as I had uploaded my video had seen me singing and said, hey, I really like your voice, man. I would love to have you sing on my track, because the fun part about this show was that producers as well could be a part of it even without singing.
Nice one.
So I was like, okay, cool, let me just do that. I'm not going to be a part of it anyway, so I'm guessing you're just going to press play and that's it. But then they came through to the next rounds, and then suddenly I got called up because I had to join in and sing.
Oh, wow.
And at that time as well, I had taken a break from music because I was studying so much. I hadn't been singing for like 4 or 5 months, so my voice was so out of it. So I was like really nervous because I didn't want to do a bad job for like the producers. I wanted them to have the best quality they could have. But in some kind of way, it worked out because. But it was so weird because, you know, growing up, I had seen these people like Marion Ravn, Espen Lind, and Cato Sundberg from Donkey Boy, and I was like, why am I'm standing here before these people and I'm about to shit myself? Like, what's going on, man? I don't know anything about music. I just like to sing a little bit in my room. So I just do my thing, and then they get the news that, oh, yeah, I'm on to the next round. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And I was like, hey, it's cool. I'm going to head home. So I got my bag on, literally, and I'm headed home to just start reading some biology and stuff. And then the crew from the production just stops me and says, wait a second, we got some news for you. Can you just put your bag here? It's just going to take 10 minutes, please. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Get in there, and just standing there with my snapback and everything, and just like, being weird. And then they're sitting there, and I'm like, what's going on? Well, we just want to say that we like your voice so much and you're too good to just let go. So we want you to be a part of the competition. So I just ended up being a dark horse coming in from the side.
Wow.
And then I just got a record deal with Sony for some reason. I was like, whoa, okay.
That's unexpected.
Nice.
I want to know actually, what song did you sing that day?
These are songs that never got released, but like came on TV. So it was original songs. The one was called Today, and it was for this producer called Maybon. And the other one which really did well actually, and till this day I'm sure that if we had gotten like permission from our labels to release that song, it would have been doing really good here. But it was called Lean On, and that was a song that was, because we both really liked Michael Jackson, so we had this Michael Jackson vibe to it, 80s vibe, and it was called Lean On Me. So yeah, it was so much fun. Like
That's great,
first
man.
time getting into it.
Yeah.
So that's when I like pivoted from really thinking that I'm gonna be a medical student to like going to just doing music.
Yeah.
And that was the turn, and I haven't done anything else since.
Wow.
So yeah.
But why doctor in the beginning, anyways?
Well, I've always I've always wanted to help people
Yeah.
in some kind of way, and I've always loved biology, chemistry, and I was not really good actually with numbers. Like growing up in school, I did really bad in math, and because of that, like chemistry and biology can be hard to like understand. But for some reason, I think like because my mom is a teacher and she was really good with math and stuff, she never gave up on me. Like she would sit with me even though I was crying into like the math book and everything and say like, you're gonna understand this eventually. Promise you. It's just you need to just let this mature. And you need to like study every single day, not like lay off anything.
That's good that she didn't give up, because my dad gave up on me.
My dad gave up on me too. He said, "Hey, let's just watch TV."
I remember I used to sit there with him. He goes like, "Okay, so you got 24 times whatever blah blah, and then you have the square, and then you put it. Okay, solve it." And I look at the number, and I look at him, and I look at it. He goes like, "What are you doing? Start." And I'm doing whatever is right, and I push on the side. He looks at me again. He stand up. He goes, "I'm dead. I'm done." He goes, "I'm done." He walks away. And then my stepmom used to be like, "We're gonna give up on him. Show him at least how he does it." He goes, "I've shown him 10 times. 10 times. He doesn't get it. You know what? Just study something else." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. Then I can do something else, because this numbers and math, I'm not good at it." And that's why I ended up being sociology. That's why.
You went to sociology?
Yeah.
I see.
Like, I gotta figure out something that I'm good at, man. These numbers, I ain't good with numbers. But I'm good with money, though.
Yeah. But that's the most important thing, actually, because
just counting that money.
we need it.
We do. Yeah. I just want to explore more your time in Lillehammer. Right? Because you came to Oslo at 19, which means you spent,
basically my teens and teens and everything there. So I wouldn't say like everything was negative at all. Like I had like I grew up like really on the countryside. I had my grandmother like 300 meters across this field. So I would just run over there, do my homework, eat cookies and get milk and juice and everything, and just have fun, play with my cousins and all that stuff. But like I remember so well, like because I got picked on a lot like during my childhood. So for some reason, I don't know how I like got to that answer myself, but I was like, I need to get this anger and everything out of my system, because or else I'm going to snap on somebody. And I knew, like, because I was a little bit scared of my mom and especially my dad. If I did something wrong, I would get an ass whooping. Like I'm telling you, my parents, even though they're white, they're more African than I'll ever be. They're Kenyan, like Kenyan.
They lived in Kenya, you know.
If my dad was mad out, he would say Kuja. Oh, what did I do wrong now? I would be like, oh, this is not.
Start looking at the belt, you know.
Oh, you're gonna get your ass whooped. And then my sister would be laughing, and I would be like, oh, you should not be laughing. I'm gonna snitch on you too. You could get it.
I like this because actually this is one of the first few times I'm hearing like white parents actually whoop us. It's a black parent thing, you know, like hearing a black. I'm happy, you know, they're out there. Thank you. You guys know now, Keep whooping us. It does help.
It makes character. I would say basically because you learn. I never did stuff like that again. I never had a girl over until I moved out. Like I'm telling you, I never dared.
That's crazy, really.
Yeah.
That was the same here. My parents were black. That's what I was expecting that from me. So from you too. You didn't.
And I didn't start drinking until I was 19 either. Right?
My dad even one time, you know, me and my little brother were coming home from school in the bus. and the bus was packed with people. But we didn't know that they were sitting all the way in the back. Him and my stepmom. So my little brother at this time is dating a girl. So me and him going in the bus is driving, they're standing next to me, and they start, kissing in the bus. Our parents are seeing, but we are not seeing them. So we're sitting there, I'm looking at him, I'm just chilling, and then we come, our stop, we walk off. And they walk in the back. They walk off in the back. We walk off in the front, and we hear Serge, Vicky, and we turn around. That's what I said.
Yes.
and then the girl, she goes like, okay, bye, Victor. We say see him at the power blah. So they walk. She walks because she's our neighbor. She goes to our house.
Yeah.
And then me and my little brother waiting for our parents. They come next to us. We start walking. We go. They don't say anything.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking everything is cool.
That's what you think.
You're still in public.
Exactly.
The moment we open the door, he closed the door. Dad goes like, Vicky, never again. I never want to see you kiss in the bus while I'm on that bus. I'm like, we didn't see you.
How did you know?
I don't care. And when did you start kissing? What do you know about kissing? I'm like, So Vicky was looking at me, I was like, I didn't kiss, bro. I didn't kiss. You kiss. So that's how black parents are. You can only kiss. So he's like, so we were like, we cannot kiss at all. He's like, you can, but not when I'm watching. Don't do that around me.
Yeah.
Make sure you check first.
Check first. He's my daddy. But just like you, we're not allowed to bring women home.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 18, I bought one of my exes, but at that time we weren't dating. We were just going to school.
Yeah.
She came home. She wanted to sleep over. I always sleep in the basement, but they put her in the room upstairs. Yeah. So she had to wake up in the morning and come visit me downstairs. My house was strict. There was no hocus pocus.
Same thing with me.
Right,
Yeah. I had to sleep in my childhood room upstairs, and she in the basement. But I snooked down, and I got busted.
Really?
The worst part, my twin sister told on me.
She
told on me.
snitch.
Yeah. And then I wake up, and I come up, and my dad is so pissed.
Right?
He's so pissed, and I don't understand why, because I thought, I'm
you a
fail-proof.
ninja.
I'm fail-proof. I'm a ninja, man.
Yeah.
I'm Naruto, man. So coming into the kitchen, I'm like, "Hey, mom," and she's like, "Talk to your dad."
That tone.
Hey, already. And he came. Did you sleep with a woman under my roof? I'm like,
that is some African.
yeah. And listen, I had already moved out. So I
wow.
was just visiting with my girlfriend. And I was like 20 years old. So I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Dad,
Not
just
under my
cut
roof.
me some slack.
Yeah, I know.
And he was like, no, not under my roof. I'm paying for your school.
Exactly.
And then everything came, and I was like, I'm talking to you later. That was.
Your dad is just like my dad, man. I'm telling you that. Not in this house. You can do everything.
Yeah.
Even Norwegian.
Yeah.
Home in my house, when we walk inside, it was Swahili and French. It was like, you can speak Norwegian. The moment you open that door, you don't pay rent in here. Speak Norwegian. I don't care. Go.
Yeah.
You walk in here. I don't want to hear Norwegian. I was like, man.
But did you manage to keep some of your local language from Kenya in Norway?
Everything basically almost got lost. Like Bukusu, out the window, like immediately almost. It's so weird because mom and dad like had a lot of videos.
I see.
So like the things that I don't remember, I can just see on video. And like for some reason, like, oh, I could almost hold a full conversation in Swahili, but now everything is so forgotten. It's like since I don't practice it, and that's the part I actually want to get in on. Like when I moved to Oslo, because one thing I was really struggling with was like getting to know my like African identity. Like, okay, but where do I fit in? Because you get to that spot where it's like, well, for me it was like, but you're so black. Sondre, why are you so loud when you're laughing? Why are you so loud when you're talking and everything? And I was like, I'm not loud.
What are you talking about?
This is me. Like, I never like understood that. And when I would like ever like if I was at a party, for example, in Russitia, that's when I met the first black girls ever that like I was like into. But the first thing they said to me like, you white. I was like, oh man, like,
and you're like, when white people say that I'm black people say that I'm white. I don't know what I feel.
yeah, you don't know, like, where do I fit into this? Like, it was like, but you got a dialect and everything. Like, you got no swag over you. Like, and I didn't have any swag at that time either. Basically, I was a country bumpkin. So, like, when I came to Oslo, I was like, man, I need to just discover myself and, like, figure out stuff. And, like, suddenly, like, I see Kenyans popping up here, Congolese people popping up there, and you start going out, like, partying, and then suddenly you get a connection with people, brothers and sisters, and this fun part that was, like, my dad never, like, actually told me until I was growing up, because I was, like, every single time I walked down the street, I was, like, as a kid, I was, like, why do, like, black men, like, look at me and they do this? Like, why? What? And I didn't understand that. I was like, he goes, and he said, it's a sign of respect. It's like they do see each other.
I see you, brother.
Yeah, I see you.
Until today, every time even if I know you, I don't know you. On the bus, on the street, even if I just walk up. That's it. That's how we say hi to each other. There's no, and people you get confused. What do you mean this? I'm like, and usually you walk with my white friend, like, do you know him? Do you know?
Yeah.
So what did you? No,
Exactly.
It's a normal thing. It's like,
And still, and you know, like, even if you're out, like, with, let's say, I was out here the other day, and then suddenly this guy, I don't know him at all, just comes up, hey, Sondre, man, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And then we're just mashing it out. And then suddenly afterwards, do you know him? No, not at all. I don't know. And they like, what's going on? Like, you look like you were brothers or something. Like, it's a black thing.
it's a black thing, man. Don't worry about it. You want to be part of it? Change your color, man. Change the color of your skin, bro.
Oh my days.
Yeah, but it's
That's
like,
funny.
you know, like, getting to the capital is more like you get to tap in more to those codes, and things. And I feel like it's even more important now because I'm getting to that age, you know, like maybe someday I'll have kids of my own, and then they're gonna have a part of me as well, like that the part of my DNA. I need to have explanation for stuff. I need to understand stuff so I can be a mentor in some kind of way, you know.
So I have a question for you. You know, hopefully we all here. Hopefully one day, with God's willing, we're gonna have children. Are you gonna be the same type of dad? I need to be strict.
Honestly, I hope actually, because I'm really grateful to my mom and dad that they like really were parenting me like they did, because I think I ended up pretty okay. And because of that, I also set my own boundaries really strict. If there's something that I don't want to do, I don't do it. And if somebody tries to push me, I'm like, don't push me. Like, if you don't listen to what I say, then you get out of my face. It's that easy. Like, because I don't know. I feel like, well, I'm not gonna say any names, but people that I've had in my life that I've seen like had a really like slack kind of parenting, they go off the rails, man. Like, suddenly they start doing dope and they do a lot of crazy stuff that you shouldn't do because they don't know what boundaries are, and they know that they're there for a reason. So
I mean, sounds like your parents live many years in Africa, so they've been influenced by how.
Oh, definitely. They even got the offer to like get Kenyan citizenship because they lived together for like 10 years in Kenya, and then they could apply for it, but then we came into the picture, and then they moved to Norway itself. So
compared to how your parents raised you and how, let's say, some of the people that you know your age group were raised by their Norwegian parents, is there any difference that you could?
Oh, definitely. And I think you've been through this too in some kind of way, because I remember as a kid, you know, when you get friends and you get to go over to their place and stuff, like when it was dinner time, they said, oh, you can just stay here in the room and we're gonna go and eat dinner. I was like, are you serious? Like, am I not gonna be a part of eating with you guys? I'm hungry too. So I would be calling my mom and say, you can come and pick me up now because I'm hungry and I want to eat, and they are gonna eat without me. And she was also baffled as well, because like there's so many cultural differences in that type of way. I think it's like less of that now, but when I grew up, it was like not so normal to like have your friends over for dinner and stuff. Not until like you knew them for like almost like 2 years or something. Like, is this initiation or something? I don't know what's going on. And so that was one part of it. And I just felt like the parents of the other kids were more slack than mine. My parents were really strict. For example, on Sundays, I had to go to church no matter what. When I got my first girlfriend, and she was in church too. On Valentine's Day, I got tickets from her parents again to go and see this movie with like 3 other couples that were like the same age as us in Lillehammer. But my mom and dad said, no, you're going to church, so you're going to say no. And I was like, what? But come on, this once, I've gone to church with you every single day since I was a kid. And I remember those long church meetings in Kenya, like 4 hours straight.
What do you mean? Is it like African church where it's like hours?
It's hours. Hours.
And then the church is done, you're so hungry, you're sitting there, the parents are
You're
talking,
seeing
just
stars,
waiting.
man. You think it's the Holy Ghost, but it's stars.
The pastor, sometimes I usually look at the pastor like, are you not finished? You already have the session, like, let people go, man. He start going around, talk to everybody, start talking
Like,
to every
literally,
family.
man. And then suddenly somebody starts speaking in tongues, and then, here we go again, man.
Oh, wow. That was in Lillehammer.
That was in Lillehammer, yeah. So,
wow. Lillehammer, I'm also thinking of winter sports.
yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Yeah. Was that something we're into?
Actually, yeah. Cross-country skiing.
Yeah.
I'm good at it, actually. I'm not trying to, like, brag or anything like that, but I remember the first time me and my twin sister, because that was one of the things that we were looking forward to when moving to Norway, like experiencing the snow, getting to learn how to ski, skøyte, gå klassisk, then being in the hills and doing like twin tip and snowboard and all that stuff. And I remember, like, our dad, he like spent a lot of hours with us out on the fields in the ski tracks and everything, and just teaching us the techniques and everything. And then we had this like how do you see, like, children's cross country skiing competition thing, and everybody saw us because, like, we're black kids, and there's not any black kids that are like showing up for this, so they were like, are they gonna make it? And then from the gun went, we were like, boof, out, and they were like, what?
Whoa.
What happened? And then we heard this elderly woman saying, det er godt at noen integrert, da.
Jeg hadde stoppet og snusa. Hva tror du? What do you think? But also, that's good that you asked that, because, I'm also coming from, from Africa. And I remember my first time I saw snow. What was your experience? What do you feel like? How was that for you?
It was so magical. It felt like, I don't know, because I thought it was like sand or something first, but it's like, why is it melting? It's so weird. But then I also discovered, like, my body's not made for this, because I get so cold so fast, like, and like the biting under the nails when it gets too cold and stuff, that happens to me every single time. So it's like I appreciate it, especially around like Easter and stuff, because then it gets warmer, you can have fun. But like we were talking about earlier, like, right now, I wish that I had like 3-4 months in like in like Mombasa Beach or something, because I'm not made for this. I can't handle it, man. Like popping my D vitamins and everything just to cope with it.
That's what I do every morning, man. I was just like in Turkey recently. I didn't want to come back. I'm telling you. The weather was so nice. And then I was the day before I came back. I look at the weather. It was going to snow. I was like, man. Going back to this shit again.
Exactly.
And the moment I walk out the flight, I felt depressed. Depression walked over me, man. So,
definitely, I've been feeling the same thing.
This shit is not meant for us, man.
It's not.
Snow's not meant for us.
I mean, it's good when we get the opportunity to actually go and explore warmer places during winter time, right? I think that's actually a common thing.
It is.
A lot of people take like a week or 2 weeks during winter to just get some extra sun,
Yeah,
right?
you
So
need that. You need it.
yeah.
Especially us, actually. It's it says in like health information and stuff like people with our background need that.
And I like this. We haven't even spoken about music yet, which is
we have touched there a bit, right?
We're tapping a little bit in there.
I like that. We just touched it.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to get back to Lillehammer because I know, growing up there, so the skiing part, and also you started music there because you mentioned that you had to express yourself in a way because of this.
Yeah, because of all the picking and all that stuff. Yeah, it was like I just started. I think it was more you could call poetry. I just started writing in this notebook, like all the things that I felt, and
so not really singing, just writing.
Yeah, not singing because I was like, sorry the expression, but I was like, singing is gay, man. I'm not doing that stuff. I grew up like listening to G Unit, like Snoop Dogg and all those people. I was like, I'm gonna be a rapper, man. Like that's what's going down. And because I looked like I did as well, everybody was like, they were either calling me like, they said like, oh, you look a little bit like 50. We're gonna call you 50, or they started calling me. I remember in this Christian camp thing I was on, there was this guy in Idol called Oji. Yeah. So they started, oh, you look like Oji, we're going to call you Oji. I'm like, but that's not my name, man. But we're still going to call you Oji. He's like, okay. Yeah. So I found out pretty fast, like, okay, I'm not going to be a rapper.
How did you find out that?
Well, it was more like I think I just was really aware of like, I'm really fitting into the stereotype. I don't want to be the stereotype. Like I want to be something that you don't expect. Let me try that out. So I was like, I started suddenly listening to like my dad's old records like Beatles, Oasis, and from there on I just started listening to John Mayer. And growing up in church, it's like you get put on a stage faster than you can walk. So it's like, do you have any talent? Do you like the having control over the lights or the sound engineering, or do you like singing or playing any instruments? And I started like playing the drums in church. Then I took piano lessons, then guitar lessons. And then I had to like be a part of like a choir, and I hated that. So I quit after a while, like really fighting with my parents to get there. But suddenly, like you know, when you get off the age of like 14, 15, we have this thing in church called confirmation. You know, we all get that where you like you're supposed to become a man, and then you take of your own will to say, okay, I want to still believe in this and all that. And I think it was like 3 weeks before the confirmation. I was just in the shower and just doing my thing, and I was just singing. And then my dad just comes. He always had these like strict steps, so I could hear him. And then suddenly I was like, dum dum dum, Sondre, and I was like, what? I stopped singing immediately. I was like, you are singing in church in 3 weeks, and that is like you're doing it. And I was like, like what? I don't get a say in it? No, I'm gonna say it to your pastor immediately. You're gonna sing. And I was like, what? No. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I ended up doing it and playing guitar, and that's when everything that was a big pivot, like because
How
everybody.
Old were you? That was 15?
15. Yeah. And from there I actually entered my first talent show when I was 16 after that, because I then used the whole year to like get recording gear, putting things out on YouTube, SoundCloud, just going crazy on that part.
Awesome.
So that's how it all like kind of started for me, like music wise. But I've always done that, and I was doing track and field as well. And
what specifically on track and field?
I was doing 100 and 200 meters.
So you're fast, huh?
Yeah.
Fast runner.
Runner, he's a track star, you know.
No. You're not a runner.
I'm a track star. But it was like, I don't know. It was like, again, it was like I started out with soccer first, you know. And every single time I got, we had the ball on our team. It was like, okay, when you get the ball, Sondre, you run as fast as you can. Shoot the ball over to Sondre, and then we get a goal. And I was like, okay, let's do it. I can do that.
Just like, the coach said. Just like you point on the point.
So it was like from there, but I got a lot of like injuries because of the stopping and starting when you get up at top speed and stuff. And then, you know, in high school we had this track meet kind of thing with like long jump and everything. And then suddenly I started setting school records and stuff like that. And the gym teacher said, like, listen, I just got picked up by my mom, and my twin sister was in the back. And she said, you need to get your son to a track and field coach right now, because this could be something. And I was like, I don't know what track and field is, so whatever. So we headed to Lillehammer, and I met this coach, and it was so funny. He was like 65 years old, this little weird guy. Like, so funny. But I got to meet like the whole team and stuff. Just white people. No, not any black people there at all. There was this one Ethiopian. He was a runner. Gishe Rumi was his name. But I was like, they were really skinny, scrawny guys. So I was like, they're not so fast. That's what I thought. So like he tested me out. So we had some block starts. And I'm with all of these guys. And I thought, like, I'm going to smoke this guys. Like, because I was the fastest in school. So I'm going to get these guys too. From the gun, they were gone. I was so humbled, man. I was like, what is this?
It's
like,
trending.
Then you like realize, okay, there's always going to be this one guy who's going to be faster than you. And then you got to put in the work. So it was the same thing as when you're in school. So I felt like my competition instincts, or like wanting to be the best, like that drove me a lot of the way to like being better athletically, but also in school, because I didn't want to be last in school either. My mom and dad was always like, you don't come back home with a bad grade. I only want to see good grades. And I was like, but I came home sometimes with bad grades. But they were like, they wouldn't say like, oh, this is shit or something. They would be more like, what happened? Did you study enough? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I was like, nah, not actually. Well, we can see that because when you study, it goes well. So you need to be consistent. And that's the same thing when you work out. So they put that analogy in, and then was like, okay, so if I do this with that as well, then maybe I'll become a doctor as well. So it was like,
you know, we have a saying, 5 P's.
You know, we normally say 5 P stands for proper preparation prevents poor performance.
That's so true. Preach. What it is. You need to stay consistency is like key to everything.
And then so you came to Oslo actually for studies, but then you got the opportunity to perform this song, right? And that's where your focus also changed from the studies to music. At the same time. So, and also at the same time, I was doing track and field at like the national highest level here in Norway. So it was like, I was doing a lot of things at the same time. But you know, you get to this point in your life, especially when you're getting into adulthood, where it's like, you can't be good at everything. And when and it's almost like when you're good at several things, you realize that the reason why you're not really good at that one thing is because you haven't like just focused on that and let go of the other things. That's true,
and that was the hard part, because like, but I want to do all these things, but if you want to be better at that one thing and excel, you got to sacrifice some things.
100%.
And that's when I just realized, okay, do you want to, because after the show, I got a lot of gigs as well. I started earning money, like big money fast. And I hadn't like gotten any mortgage on like studying and stuff like that. So I was pretty good. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens if I do gigs and just do track and field. But the problem was like the gigs, they went to like 2, 3 at night. And when you get home and you got to do a workout at 8 p.m., I suddenly started like dipping when it came to like running fast. I got like slower and slower. And I was like, am I really in this for the long run? And do I want to do track and field, or do I want to do music? Because now it's like either one of them. So I just came to the point, and that was a heartbreak for me, because that was a big part of my identity. So I had to let go of that and see that, okay, I can just work out and still feel faster than the average guy, of course, but you're not going to get to that championship level that you used to be, because that needs all of your focus.
100%.
So I went more into music and stuff and did gigs, and then suddenly I could buy myself an apartment, and that's when like my mom and dad understood like, okay, so you can actually live off this. Yeah, it's possible. So went from that, and then I took a high degree of learning of music theory and stuff in Limpy and Lillehammer again, actually. That was also a little bit humbling because I was older now, but I had my own apartment, but I was living home with my mom and dad. And like, so it was like really weird, but yeah, we pushed through it and all that stuff. And now I've been like doing a lot of fun stuff. Like I've been writing for K-pop groups in South Korea. I've been able to represent Norway in MGP and Eurovision.
We're going to actually talk about it because you were a finalist, right? You were a finalist, yeah? Was he MGP?
Yeah, in MGP,
How was the experience?
You know, I always say, like, it isn't... I'm not trying to downtone it or anything, but it wasn't as big as it looks like, kind of, because I would say the music business here in Norway is so small. Like, you can get in pretty fast. I would say, like, if I was 19 years old again, but I had the knowledge that I had now... I would immediately go to any kind of talent show and not end up being the top 3, but top 4 out of there, and then do a lot of gigs. And from there on, you can easily get into MGP from there, because you kind of have a little bit of a name, you know, and you're still interesting and new. And then from there on, just try to work your way up in the business again, do a lot of sessions, and maybe just have a good side income of some sort or anything like that.
And you said that you're also writing for K-pop. That's really popular right now, right?
Yeah, that's booming.
It's booming.
It's crazy.
How did you end up with that opportunity?
That was because of the school I was in Lillehammer. Because for songwriters and stuff, there's this thing called publishing, and that's where the money is when you're writing a song. Because, for example, if I write a song today and I put it out on any streaming platform and it gets played on radio, that accumulates money. But where do I get the money? And that's when you need to registrate yourself into, and this is like I would say knowledge that every single songwriter needs to know, because if you actually put out a song and it does good, but you don't registrate it in like a PRO, like Tunu, for example, somebody else can go in and say, oh, I wrote it and it's mine, and they'll get the money instead. And that's the scary part about it. So I always registrate my songs, and from there on, it's like every 4th month, I'll get money that comes from those songs into my account.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's basically like passive income. But it's like it's a lot of work to get there where it actually becomes money that you can really live off.
So you had to lay out or write a lot of songs before you...
Oh, definitely. I think we wrote we were a group, so we wrote at least 70 K-pop songs.
70?
Yeah, wow. And only 7 of them so far have gotten a cut.
Damn.
But from those 7 songs, without saying the exact number, but it was basically a year's allowance, like for a normal person.
Wow, that's good. That means, even if you write 70, you're like, okay, it's still good. But the money is it's so good that the 60 ones will be like, it's fine. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, but it's like when you get older, like I'm thinking right now, my main goal is like, how can I get more passive income? Like, how can I sleep and still get money, back, but doing it in the music business way. Right. And for many as well, and that is my goal as well, is like using that same money to maybe get even more into like the building business, like of investing into like apartments and stuff, getting a second apartment and then renting it out, because that's even more secure money.
100%.
I mean, nobody want to work until they're 65. I'm not going to do that. I am not doing that.
No, man.
I'm looking up the next tomorrow. By tomorrow, man, I'm telling you, I'm doing anything, everything that I can. No, I'm not going to do that, bro.
And then, because, was it 2024, 2025 that you were in one of competitions?
Yeah. Are you thinking about the MGP or?
Yeah, because
yours maybe. I was like in 2024. I at least was a finalist in MGP.
Yeah.
Doing my own song there, and that was a last minute thing because this other artist just jumped off. So I was like considered instead, and I said, okay, why not? I can do it one more time.
Yeah.
And from there, I ended up. I didn't win, of course, but this other guy won, and he wanted me as the backup singer for his song in Eurovision. So I ended up getting to be a part of the like Eurovision team and stuff like that.
Awesome.
And it's like, I believe in also like putting your ego aside because I could be like, no, but I'm a main artist. I don't want to be a backup singer for another artist. But because of that, I got to meet the other artists that were big there and connect with them and even do sessions. Those ended up being songs that I now earn money of. That are coming back to me again. So it's like, you need to play the game smart. It's almost like when you're on your way up, there's going to be somebody coming down. And if you're nice to them, when they're on their way up again, they're going to be nice to you. And if you do that, you'll stay long in the game. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. Because I think the first time you went to Eurovision, you didn't get to play your own song, something like that.
Yeah, Take My Time. That was a song written on this camp. So they were like, "Oh, we think your voice is gonna fit for this," and I was like, "Okay, nice." I like the song kind of. It was more like a Bruno Mars 2015 kind of thing.
Okay.
Really pop. Yeah. But for me now, it's like, today I couldn't have ever done that song again because when you get older, so much clearer what your vision is, what you want to express. For me now, I would say like if I'm gonna describe myself as an artist, I'm an Afrobeat R&B artist. I'm not anything else, nothing less, nothing more. So don't put me on jazz or don't get me to sing anything in Norwegian, for example, anymore. I don't do stuff in Norwegian anymore because. I don't know. Well, I know, but it's like the funny part is like it's easier for me to become bigger and grow when I do my music outside of Norway and don't think about Norway than trying to make my music happen here in Norway. And especially because it's so funny because when I started doing Afrobeats, people were like, I want to listen to this. I can buy this. Like I like this connects. And that's because but it makes sense though. I look like I do, and the music connects with the visual part. Like it makes sense, and I'm connecting with my roots. And from there on, I was like, okay, but how can I like mix Afrobeats and R&B because R&B is like my first love kind of thing. So I would say like I was like, okay, but. When I suddenly saw like Chris Brown jumping on songs with Davido and stuff like that, I was like, okay, now it's happening. It's a wave going on. Now I can do my thing. So for my main listeners now are from Kenya and India, and that's lovely to see. Like, things are getting in the right direction, and. Songwriting wise, I'm bigger and people know me more in South Korea than they know here in Norway, and that's cool for me. I don't need to be known here in the streets. I just want to chill.
Of course, you want your peace, right?
And I like the fact that you end up knowing what you want. Like you say, now you're writing African music, and it makes sense when people see you like, hey, that's actually your bread and butter. Which is like that's what my coach usually used to tell me in US in college. Like, Serge, that's your bread and butter. First, I didn't understand why. Because this is what you're supposed to do. I'm like, it fits you. And like, and then the one day I was like, bread, butter. Oh, it goes together.
The math was mathing.
Right. I was like, okay, now I get it.
And so when did you realize that, or when did you kind of rebrand it to do more Afrobeat, or mix them with R&B?
I think like because it was so weird because. I was dating this girl at this time, and she was, and this was like 2 years before I even tried anything that was Afrobeat. She was like, yo, I listen a lot to this artist called Burna Boy. You should definitely try to do some Afrobeats or something like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Me trying to be in that stereotype thing? No, man. I'm just going to do my R&B thing. But you could try mixing it up. And I was like, no, didn't feel it. But there was this, like, one day I was just sitting home in my home studio, and I was like, well, the worst thing that happens is that it's going to be a song that sucks, and then I can just trash it, whatever. But I made this song called To The End. And it was like, I just found this, what was a percussion loop that almost sounded a little bit like a Punjabi rhythm, like, and then I just started humming melodies going like, and I was like, okay, that's pretty catchy. Let's see what happens if I sing it, not in a kind of American accent, but more like a broken English, like I grew up with in Kenya. What would happen? And then I was like writing this song, I suddenly was like, oh, I want to listen to this over and over again. And like when you're making your own songs, that's really rare that you actually want to listen to your songs over and over again, because you hate that song because you've been mixing it, you've been mastering it, you've been hearing it 24/7. But for some reason I was actually liking this song, but I was really scared of showing it to anybody, because it was like, oh, suddenly I'm tapping into my roots. I'm using Swahili and I'm not like really fluent in Swahili, but I want to learn more, and I got respect for the culture and everything. So like how do I navigate this? Suddenly you get this kind of a little bit of you're facing your identity crises and stuff like that. And I started with showing it to my parents first, because like, okay, if they like it and they can accept it, then I think I'm actually onto something. So I showed it to them, and my dad was like, "Hey, twende."
Mara moja.
He was like, "We're going back to Kenya."
When you guys landed there, it was like, my son.
It was like, but he was like, it was so funny because he said like, oh, it was almost like hearing the music again in Kenya when I would hear those small radios and stuff with the guitars and everything. You really tapped into something. He got nostalgic from it. So I was like, okay, so there's something here. And then I showed it to my management, and they were like, why didn't you make this music before? And I was like, no, but I didn't know that I could make this kind of music, because I wasn't like, I didn't grow up like listening too much to like Kenyan artists and stuff like that, so I didn't know what to tap into or whatever. I was just trying something out. But from there on, I was like suddenly digging into like crates of stuff that mom and dad had from like CDs and stuff that were like Kenyan artists, and see like what can I like take from inspiration from that stuff. And that song ended up, I didn't release it until it went like 2 years after that. It just was like collecting dust, that song. And then I released it, and nothing big actually happened to it. I think it got like 12K streams and on its own. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is not for me. And I had also like dropped, I think, 4 or 5 other Afrobeat songs. But my manager was like, really, you need to stick with it. You need to like really show people, okay, this is actually your sound now. So you need to release even more songs than that, because that's not enough.
I mean, first thing is you've presented yourself, as an R&B individual. People are not used to seeing you.
Exactly. Right? So you're trying to convert your crowd into something new. So I was like, okay, let's just stick with it. And then he also said, well, do you love your music or not? And I was like, yeah, I love my music. Well, spend some money on it. Like, you need to run ads. You need to take from your gigs, take that money, put that back in. And I was like, okay. And then this buddy of mine says, because he had been trying to run some ads and suddenly gotten a lot of streams, says you should try some ads using Hype Edit on To The End, because if you see the conversion rate is pretty high compared to the others. And I was like, okay, whatever. How much money do I put into this? Like, start with 1,000 Norwegian kroners. That's not so much. Everybody can afford that. So I was like, okay, let's try that. And immediately from like, I think it was like 3 days later, it went from like 12K streams to 24K streams. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And he's like, put more money in if you can. And I was like, okay, let's put 2,000 Norwegian kroners in. What happens then? Then it jumped to 50,000 streams. And I was like, and suddenly I was getting followers to my Instagram and my Spotify coming from South America, especially like Mexico, India, Kenya, Nigeria, stuff like that. And they were like, we love your music, and I haven't heard it like this before. It's like a mix of you've put like Indian rhythms with Afrobeat, but it's R&B, and you got Swahili as well. This is like, we haven't heard it. Yeah. And I was like, no, I was actually trying to imitate
you guys.
Yeah, you guys. And you're telling me that this is something new. This is new. And I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So like suddenly I was just finding myself in a whole new space and like, okay, this is interesting. And then I also realized like I listened a lot in my like years 20s to like Maître Gims and Stromae. And then I was like, man, it would be sick though to do a song that is in a vibe that is more like the Congolese rhythm.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I was sitting in the studio with my Congolese friends and stuff, and I was like, listen guys, I only have like school French, so it's like really grammatically correct, but it's not slang. So I want you guys to help me. Let's create this vibe that has that Gims Stromae type of vibe. And at that time as well, To The End has done so well, so it was like on 100K streams. So I was like, okay, that's a good song. Now I want something that makes you like really want to dance. So we went in, and the energy was crazy. It was like everybody was just jumping and dancing, like you know when you have your boys around you and they're hyping up each other, but it's like the one over there is hyping you, oh, do that melody. Tu m'as laissé de blessure. Oh, that's sick. What about that Serge? And I was like, that's fire though.
Maître Gims and
and I was like, okay, suddenly we had a song that was pretty good, and we haven't released that song yet, but it was like I felt home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these rhythms feel like home when I hear them.
And you mentioned also Stromae, you know, a song that I feel like it's reappearing right now, is going very live, is Papa
Ute.
Papa Ute. Man, they came in favorite, Formidable.
Formidable. Oh, that's
Formidable.
Bro, people don't know that song, bro. I listen every month, maybe 5 times. I'm not even kidding. When I go to work or something, I have to feel Formidable. Ben, what the crazy thing about it is, like when people listen to it and they dance and they sing, I'm like, do you even understand what he's saying? Because I'm dancing to a song that was supposed to be dancing. Like, you know, he's singing about things that are painful, you know. You guys out here for me now. Like, come on. Even with Papa Tue, it's not a dance.
Because that was sick. I was like on TikTok, like, why are people dancing to this song like it's a party? He's talking about his dad not being present and all. This is a sad song, but it's like, okay, but I can kind of get it because of the rhythms. Like, you get that contrast.
That's the thing with music, innit? Sometimes you don't really understand what you're vibing to,
Yeah.
but it makes you dance.
And then when you actually learn the lyrics, you're like, this is what I've been doing all this time.
Yeah.
This is a song, huh? I shouldn't be doing that.
Suddenly you start listening and like, what does it say? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So do you have any artist that you want to him or her or them to feature in your songs?
Oh, like I got a lot. Like I would love Gims, I would love Stromae, but I would also love Thames. That would be sick.
My future wife right there.
Yeah, with Davido, that would be crazy. When it comes to like R&B artists, I think like Tone Stith. He's a crazy guy. He's like really coming up. He's been writing a lot for Chris Brown and people like that, but he's not like really acknowledged in the way that he should be. Many others like Victoria Monet, that would be sick as well. Black, or people call him also Six Lack. Of course, I would love Dre, Chris Brown, The Weeknd, but that's people like that's way above my pay grade, man. Like
it's gonna happen, man. Always believe.
You never know, but we'll see. Like I just like to enjoy the journey.
And you just mentioned again another artist that I love, bro. Black, bro. Come on, Black.
He's so underrated. Like he's the feature king. I call him the feature king. Yeah.
Oh man. Why? It's thinking better.
Say
it. Me. Thinking in you, babe. Oh come on, man. I was sitting there like, who's this artist?
That was sick.
Bro,
that was sick.
You have to listen to that first album. His first album, bro, I will never. I mean, he has other great song, but that album until today is still inside of me, man. Yeah.
Top. And you mentioned that you guys saw, the song that you guys made with the Congolese vibe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's not released yet,
yeah.
right? So imagine we are now around May. When will it come? Will it come?
It comes in April.
In April.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that one because like it's a sad song, but it makes you. It's the same kind of thing as with Soma with Papa Ute, because I love this thing that I learned in school that is like contrasts in a song, but that works well together. So it's like the message is sad, but with the rhythm being so drivey and dancing, kind of, it's hard not to be happy because of it. It's a juxtaposition. It's called that. So we were like, let's go for that. Because I think like two of my friends were like going through a heartbreak, so I was like, okay, let's make a song about heartbreak, like that you've turned cold. So like let's say Serge, We're like, okay, we're like, hey, okay, let's do a thing out of it. We made a crowd vocal out of it and everything, and it was amazing, man. Nice. I feel like I can't be on stage, having all this music that is so danceable and not be able to dance myself.
I mean, you can't dance yourself, brother.
So, like
you grew up listening to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but one thing is like the rhythm you have in your body and you can feel it, but it's more like being able to pick up choreography.
Yeah, I see.
And implementing those steps into like freestyling and stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of my friends are like dancers. So I use them a lot to like help me make choreographies for stuff and help me better my movements. And the fun part is like when we head out to the club, I'm like, okay, let's try these moves out.
Oh wow, that's
and the fun part is like when they like to do ciphers and then just joining in and just doing it, and then suddenly hearing from people that don't dance or anything, like, oh, he's a dancer. No, I'm not. But it's fun that you think I am.
So now you're learning how to dance properly with the music.
Yeah. So it's we're actually headed to Kenya in November because we're gonna shoot a music video for To The End and Serge. And I'm gonna have dancers for that, and I'm gonna be like the lead dancer. So I need to be tight.
You need to
so
be
that's
ready
why,
for it.
Yeah,
and then you go back to the homeland. Back home, they know how to dance.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be embarrassed.
Yeah, the kids will take you out, man. Like one move.
Right? Like, why is he gonna teach us the choreography? He doesn't know how to dance.
They'll better it. Like,
yeah. Well, anyways, Sondre, it's been a great pleasure having you on the show, man.
Thank you for being a part of it. Let me be a part of it.
It was worth the
just wait. Listening to your story, and thank you for opening up about it as well, right? So really appreciate it. We're looking forward to see you releasing those songs, man.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if we can be in Kenya, but
no, but there's gonna be concerts here, so
that
we will make happen. We'll make it
you
happen.
never know. Maybe people say we're in Kenya. He doesn't know. Just
you never know. Suddenly we have our tickets.
Man. Come on.
Yeah. But is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
I would say, like, to all of you guys out there that have a dream, for those of you guys who have a dream, you need to do it. Don't wait, because time waits for nobody. I'm telling you that, because I started chasing my dream really hard at 19, and I felt like I was old. And I'm still chasing. But the faster you're brave enough to like take that chance, the more fun you're gonna have in this life. You only got one life. Yes. I'm telling you that.
Yes.
So have a nice one.
Nice one.
We only live once, and the one on the right says, "No, we live every day."
Yeah.
We don't live only once. We live every day. But you're on this earth.
Yeah.
Once, but you live every day. So I agree with you. Take your chances. You live every day. You have one life.
Yeah.
So make sure every day you're living. So I agree. Yeah, listen to Sondre, huh?
Listen to Serge.
That's the African apple.
Yeah.
That's my uncle started coming up.
Wow. Yes, anyways, thank you so much again for coming up, man.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
And just want to give a quick shout out for our sponsor, Kawanzuri. Kawanzuri is African premium coffee. So do check out Kawanzuri. And also, just a quick reminder to our viewers: we noticed that above 80% of you guys are unsubscribed, but this indicates that you guys actually do check out their podcast and check out the work we do. And the only way to show support and help us bring more guests to the podcast and produce more content is when you guys support and follow us on all socials. So do like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
That's it. It's
Signing
a wrap.
out. It's a wrap, buddy. Yes, sir.